Hello learners, the poem which we're gonna do today is What Though the Field Be Lost, and it is written by John Milton. John Milton, who is often ranked next to Shakespeare, is amongst the most eminent English poets. He was born in London on December 9. He was educated at St. Paul's School, London, and later he studied at Cambridge University, from where he earned his graduation degree. Milton, who turned blind at the age of 44, wrote his magnum opus, Paradise Lost, and this is an excerpt which is taken from the eminent poem, the most famous poem of John Milton. Paradise Lost is an epic. An epic is a long poem. For example, we have Mahabharata, Ramayana, where something is about the grandeur. There is a hero who is more like a superhero. For example, Ramchandra ji. For us, he's more like God. There are elements of mysticism, there are elements of grandeur, there are elements of supernatural. For example, in Ramayana, if we compare, right, there was the protagonist. He was a son of a great king. Later on, it was about his struggles and also about his flaws also. If we talk about the Uttar Ramayana, where people sometimes criticize Lord Rama for his decisions in life. Similarly, in Paradise Lost, if we see that it is an epic where our protagonist is often is a topic of debate, that whether God is the hero, whether if Satan is the hero, or if we think properly, we will find that Adam, the human, the man, he is the hero of this poem. So the poem starts where Satan is speaking and he says, "Farewell, happy fields, where joy forever dwells." So he is saying goodbye. Goodbye to what? Goodbye to heaven. He is not concerned that he is not upset that he is leaving heaven. And where he is going? Hail horrors, hail infernal world, and thou profoundest hell. So he says, like, when we were kids, there was like andhera kayam rahe and andhera kayam rahega. Similarly, he says hail horrors. He's still saying that the Satan, the negative world, the hell, it will reign, and receive thy new possessor, one who brings a mind not to be changed by palace or time. So here he's saying that now and the profoundest hell, so the deepest hell, receive thy new possessor. So someone new is coming over here. Who's coming? One who brings a mind not to be changed by place or time. Someone who won't be changed by the time or place. Whosoever I am, I will stay the same. I will be the same. The mind in its own place and in itself can make a heaven of hell and a hell of heaven. It is very important. These lines are really important, because in case I am determined, it's all about my mindset. You might have seen people, those who are in a real mess, but still they always think about the positive things and they make heaven out of it. And there are people, those who have almost everything, but still they keep on criticizing and thus make their heaven, even it turns out to be a hell. What matters here? If I still be the same. So it doesn't matter where I am, whatever the place is. If I am determined to do what I want to, I will be the same. And what I should be, but less than he whom thunder hath made greater. So here he says, and what I should be, what I should become, what I shall be. So he says that I will be the one, if I'll be the same, but all less than he. He is who? God, but all less than he whom thunder had made greater. So wheresoever I am, still I'll be ranked below God, after God. Here at least we shall be free. So he said that in case I'll be in heaven, of course God will be the owner. He will be the main possessor. He will be the one who will be reigning that area. But in case I am in hell, now that I'm free, there is no God over there to dictate me. Almighty hath not built here for his envy, will not drive us thence. So then he says that God Almighty, he hasn't built this hell. So that's why he'll be envy. He will feel bad that, oh my God, even if they are in hell, they are happy. Will not drive us hence. So he doesn't have any right to change us. Here we may reign secure, and in my choice to reign is worth ambition though in hell. So he says that even if we are reigning, in case we are ruling in hell, we are secure. We have all our choices. We are the We are the owners. We are not serving anyone. We are not serving God here. To reign is worth ambition. Though in hell, we should be our own heroes. Even if we are in hell, we shouldn't be serving to anyone else. Better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. These are the most important lines, which are mostly asked in UGC and other exams as well. Better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. So it is good to be, for example, sometimes my mother says that, because we are against moving to other countries, कि अपने घर में रहना is much better than if you go to some other country and serve over there. Here we are the kings, here we are the owners, here we are the bosses, but over there we will be servants, and it is not good to serve the other person. It is always good to be our own boss. But wherefore let we then our faithful friends, the associates and co-partners of our loss, lie thus astonished on the oblivious pool. But he says here that wherefore let we then our faithful friends. There were some other archangels in heaven also, those who will be moving to hell along with Satan. So they will be shocked and lie thus shocked on the oblivious pool. They will be sitting there, thinking about that what's gonna happen, and call them not to share with us their part in this unhappy mention, or once more with rallied arms to try what may be yet regained in heaven, or what more lost in hell. So he says that we have already hit our lowest. We can't go lower than this. So what we can do now? We can get up, we can make our own armies, and again we'll fight and regain in heaven. We will again, capture heaven. Or what will happen? Again we will be lost in hell. So already we are there. So we are already at the lowest point, but after this all we can do is we will be going further. So there is, sometimes when we hit our lowest, it is good. It is a blessing in disguise, right? So here he's saying that we are already there, and we should get up, we should fight again, and we should win what was once ours. So this is the summary of it. It is the line by line summary. There are some words, for example, hail is to welcome, or to say, hail is zindabad also. Infernal is hell, profoundest is deepest, possessor is the one who rules. So rest everything, all the things I have explained. That's it. Keep reading, keep sharing. Let learning be your muse. Let sharing be your muse. May God bless you. Bye bye.